Hi guys, so today I want to do Work Your Light Oracle card reading, and this is just a beautiful reading to connect to your soul better and to connect to your intuition and give you more clarity on your soul path, and just to be able to understand yourself better and others. So the first card we have is yes, just say yes. So I feel like the reason why this card is coming up for you is because you haven't been really saying yes to opportunities in your life. So I feel like that you're just kind of pushing people away, and you're pushing opportunities and blessings from your life because you're so afraid of what might happen. So instead of saying yes and seeing how it will turn out, you say no. So you're protecting yourself. You feel like you're protecting yourself, but really you're hurting yourself because you're blocking your life's blessings coming into your life. I feel like your soul might be feeling a little bit um, apprehensive about the world. I feel like perhaps because of your past, it could be some traumas or just, heartbreak that's making you feel that it's best to just avoid everything. And even though you've been hurt, it's still important to be able to connect to yourself and other people because your soul needs that connection. So I feel like this is a good reminder of saying yes to opportunities, to other people, to yourself. This can also be a good time for you to indulge yourself in some of the things that your soul really needs. Um, so it can be anything from spoiling yourself to working out to just really pushing your limit a little bit. And I feel it's good to also reflect as to why you've been saying no and why you've been keeping people at a distance. And this is a good time to start doing more than just one thing at a time, because a lot of times we are so afraid of overwhelming ourselves that we just take it slowly with one thing, and that's great. However, I feel like this is an invitation for you to be able to handle more things, to be able to handle just more than one thing in your life, so you can become multidimensional, so you can expand your intuition, you can expand your soul path, and able to influence other people in your life positively. And in order to do that, you have to say yes to anything that comes into your life, whether it's a person or an opportunity. I feel like sometimes you might be afraid of the outcome. You're protecting yourself from hurt, but it's really not protecting yourself, it's really hurting yourself because you can't stay protected forever. Sooner or later, what's meant to happen, meant to happen. And I feel like sometimes when you accept something into your life, you'll be able to handle it in a much better way than something that just abruptly enters your life where you're not expecting it. So saying yes is saying basically you're expecting something that's whatever the outcome may be, but you're still opening up your heart to life, to people, to outcomes, to blessings. So I feel like this is a beautiful card to be able to connect with yourself and also say yes to yourself. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you're not getting enough of? What have you been denying yourself? Are you denying yourself the love? It could be some other things that you're denying yourself. Okay? The next one I have is unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So I feel that for some of you, you have not been really connecting or understanding that some of the things that you may be going through is because of your past lives. And you're stuck in unhealthy patterns where you're repeating the same mistakes over and over again in every lifetime. It's important to figure out exactly what it is about you that makes you different. What path are you on? Connecting to your past lives, connecting who you were in your past life, and connecting to the patterns that used to serve you in your past life. I also feel that all of the unhealthy patterns that you have right now, you have to release them. First, you have to recognize them and be more self-aware. Are you noticing the patterns that you're creating for yourself? Are you noticing that you are the common denominator in your life? That it's because of you, you are where you are. You are in control of your life. You are the creator of your life. So definitely release your past life contracts. You're not bound to your past life. You don't have to repeat the same unhealthy patterns and broken patterns and trauma. You don't have to go through that. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to be miserable. You don't owe that to anyone. So I feel that some of us feel that it's by fate that you are miserable, and if you're miserable, it's going to stay like that for the rest of your life. And that's not true. You are the creator of your own light. So letting go of your past is definitely something that you need to look into. Do you remember who you were in your past life? Get to know yourself. What do you see in you that would resemble you? That would resemble yourself in someone else, in someone else's life? Because if you're able to connect to certain people in this life, it means that you probably knew them in your past life. Or if there's a certain type of person, patterns that are attracted to you, it means that this is the lesson that you need to learn from. These are the patterns that you need to let go. You have to really check in with yourself and see what makes you feel better, not worse. I feel that for some of you are just thinking that once the contract is made, it's forever. And it's not like that at all. You're able to shift your energy and shift your perspective and shift your life path into whatever you want it to be. So if you are in a dark place right now, you're able to come into the light and start changing your life completely, making it happen for yourself and others. And a lot of times in our past lives, we were not able to do that. So this is the lifetime that you can do something. You're getting this message for a reason. You're becoming more self-aware of your mistakes, of your actions, of your intentions. I feel that you have to become unbound. What you've been through does not make you who you are. You are always a divine being. So if you've been through something horrible, that does not define you. And if you feel that in your past life you did some horrible things, that does not define you either. Or you've been through some horrible things. So this can be like a heavy topic for some people, and also just a heavy feeling of sadness. And it's, for some people, they're not able to let go of the past. So I feel like this also symbolizes letting go of the past relationships that you've had in this lifetime, and letting go of the past mistakes that you've made, and forgiving other people and forgiving yourself. Because I feel like there's three of us. So there's the past you, the present you, and the future you. And the present you is able to control the past you and the future you. So it's important to connect with the present you the most. You cannot live in the past or the future. You have to live in the present. And you're able to shift your perspective about the past and the future right now, this minute. You're able to make your life whatever you want it to be. And in order to do that, you have to unbound yourself from the past, from the contracts, from the patterns. Get to know your soul patterns. What are they? Do you know your soul patterns? Do you feel like they're serving you correctly? Do you feel like you're doing exactly what you want to do in this lifetime? Those are really good questions to ask yourself, I feel like. So this is just a reminder to make sure that you unbound yourself from those heavy chains of your past life contracts, and you feel free to fly and spread your wings in this lifetime, and all of the trauma and hurt and tears are not bounded to you. You're not controlled by it anymore. You're free. You have freedom to do whatever you want to do, and you are healed completely. You have the ability to heal yourself, to heal your heart and your soul, and to make sure that your future is bright and happiness will come into your life. So the next one I have is transformation, and it says things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So I feel like this definitely ties into the past life, or just like releasing the past life contracts and healing yourself. So this is just a reminder that every day there's billions of cells that are listening to you and taking in the information, and they're always changing. And based on how you are dealing with life and how you're feeling about yourself, those cells will replicate everything that's inside of them to your feeling of yourself. I feel like it's just a reminder that time does not stand still for anyone. Are you going through the transformation? Are you taking the right steps to make sure that you are healing? And just an important reminder that deep healing takes time, and deep healing can happen. And for some people, they think that healing is superficial, that nothing really happens to your body, but it does. You're able to control everything that's going on inside of your body at a cellular level. And that's really profound and deep when you really think about it. that you have the control of you and how you heal and how you heal others. Your intuition will guide you to what you need to do exactly to nurture yourself. This is also a good reminder that whatever you put into your body is very important. Making sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables and all of the healthy stuff that you need to do. Make sure you meditate, exercise, take a break, take a deep breather, and not overwhelm yourself and not stress out and have anxiety, because if you stress yourself out, that's not going to solve anything, right? So I feel that transformation is part of life, and you have to do something to transform yourself. You can't just wait around and not do anything to transform yourself. You have to take actions. And what are the actions that you have to take? That's on you to figure out. How do you want your cells to feel? How do you want to feel at the most deepest, smallest unit of your body, your cell? Right? Because we made out of billions of cells, so every cell listens to you. Every cell will do what you want it to do. What do you want your cell to do? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to transform yourself? What do you want to become? Who do you want to become? If you want more intuition in your life, how would you go about it? What do you have to do to get more intuition in your life? To be more intuitive? Perhaps it's to listen to your heart instead of your head. And how do you listen to your heart? Well, that's when the transformation comes in. You have to get more into your body and out of your head. And to get more into your body, you have to put the right things into your body so your body welcomes you, so your body connects to you and you connect to your body. So it all ties in together, really. Transformation is the sequence of actions and events and intention. And it's not just one thing, and it happens slowly. You might not even notice it. And in fact, you don't notice it until it happens. Until slowly, every day, everything is revealed to you. And you understand that everything you've done was for a reason. It wasn't just for anything, for nothing. It was for you. You have to do stuff for yourself. Everything you do is for you, believe it or not. Okay? And other people will take care of themselves, and you have to take care of you. You have to go through this transformation in order to move on to the next lifetime, or in order to transform into something higher. And I think it also just a reminder of transformation into your higher self. But do you know what your higher self is like? Is it possible to become your higher self in this lifetime? If you think it's possible, then it will be possible. Are you limiting your beliefs? I feel that if you limit your beliefs, your transformation will be limited, and then you'll be stuck on a certain level that will not serve you and that will not give you the life you want. So these are all great questions to ask yourself, I feel like. And transformation can be a beautiful thing. It can also be a painful thing. It can also be an ugly thing. Transformation can have ugly phases, it can have painful phases, it can have beautiful phases. And just because you're going through an ugly phase does not mean that the beautiful phase will not follow it. And just because you're going through an ugly phase does not mean you can't just ignore it and don't face it. You have to be able to look it in the face, look it in the eyes, and embrace it. So I feel like it's also speaking about embracing the shadow self, your shadow self, your dark side. We all have secrets. We all have dark secrets. We all have shadows. What does your shadow look like? How does it behave? What are your triggers? What are your demons? These are some of the most painful things you might have to think about and face about yourself. But it's an important thing to face, because without facing your dark side, you cannot see your light side. You cannot see the light. It cannot exist without one another. Just like the yin and the yang. So I do feel that for you, you have to start facing your shadow and start putting the right intentions behind your transformation, and knowing exactly that it is possible just to transform. And it's an important part of your life and your lifetime and your soul path. Your soul cannot stand the same. It has to evolve. That's what we are here. That's what we're here for, is to evolve. Right? We cannot stay the same, because if we stay the same, nothing will ever happen. And if nothing happens, that we're not alive anymore. We're not living. We're not existing. We're not being. And that would be a very sad thing, wouldn't be? So this is a beautiful card to connect to. Okay, so the next one I have is the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? So I feel like right now you might be distracting yourself by clinging on to something that does not serve you anymore. I feel like you can be a toxic person. It can just be a toxic environment. Because for some people, negativity is actually addicting. Actually, all they know is negativity, and they think it's normal. It's their new normal. So you might just be accustomed to clinging on to negativity without realizing that it's making you crumble, and it will make you crumble. You will not be able to stand tall when something or someone is pulling you down. So if you're clinging on to this person that's pulling you down, you will be down as well. So this is a good time to ask yourself, what is it that you're clinging on to? Is it your beliefs, your limited beliefs, your values, your opinions, your thoughts, your actions, your intentions, your behavior? Do you feel like you can only act one way and not the other? Why would you feel like that? Do you feel like you have to be someone in order to be accepted? Do you feel like someone else has to be some way in order for you to accept them? And letting go of negativity is really an easy thing. However, it's not easy to do, and it's not easy to recognize it at first, because if your new normal is toxic And if something you just don't even know about, how will you know how to do it? So this is a calling to you right now. The fact that you came across this video, this is something that you need to be more aware of. That you have some toxic behaviors or people around you that you're clinging on to, that are not serving you and that are making you crumble, and that's your path to destruction. And I don't want that for you. And I'm sure you don't want that for yourself. And also, I feel like sometimes after we crumble and when we are at our bottom, that's when rebirth happens. So it can also be still a good thing for you to recognize that even if you are at your worst right now, if you feel like there's no way out, usually after you hit the bottom, you can't go any further down. You can only go up, right? So this can also mean that you can start clinging on to something more positive. You can work your way up into the light. Pull your soul out of the darkness. Cling on to the right people, the positivity, right? And you don't want to crumble with other people, even though you might feel sorry for them and you might sympathize. It's important to keep stuff like that at a distance and not get sucked into it. Because what good will it do if you get sucked into the same place as they are? No one will ever come out. So it's important to know what you can cling onto and what you need to let go. Because if you cling on to the wrong thing, you will get sucked. It'll be like a deep sand effect. Like once you step into it, that's it. There's no way out. So make sure you don't step into something that will suck you into the darkness, where you feel suffocated. You know, pay attention. How do people make you feel? The people that you spend time with. Do you feel more suffocated? Do you feel restricted? Do you feel more limited in some way? If you answer yes, then that means you're clinging on to them. They're not clinging on to you. You need to let them go. You can't just wait for people to walk out of your life because they're bad for you. You know, you have to stop clinging on to them. It's all about your actions. So you have to let them go and move on and start clinging on to you. Start clinging on to what you want to do. You are your best friend, right? You have your own back. You know yourself the most. No one in this world knows as much as you know about yourself. No one else knows you as much as you know yourself. So stop thinking that the negative people in your life are doing it on purpose and that you have no way out and that you can't do anything about it. You can. You have to stop and just let them go and don't cling on to them and move on. Because once you move on, once you make that first step of moving on, you'll be able to, it will get easier and easier. You'll be able to come out of it. And once you're out of it completely, guess what? Perhaps the people that are down, they will be able to see how you did it and that it was possible to do it. So they will come right out after you, but they will do it on their own. You can't help them. Just like they couldn't help you or no one else could help you. you had to help yourself. So everyone has to help themselves in some way. But also I feel like your surroundings are what defines you and how you help yourself. If you see other people helping themselves to addictions, to something that's destroying their soul, you will repeat that. So make sure your surroundings are made of light, that you surround yourself with people who are making the right decisions, having healthier habits, and sooner or later you will become that. That will be a part of your routine. That will be you. So ask yourself, what do you truly want for yourself? What do you want your life to be? Do you want it to be a destruction? Or do you want it to be a tall, powerful tower of love and light and abundance and blessings? So I feel like this is a very beautiful card in its own way, because with destructions comes rebirth. And when you are being born again, right, when you are rebirthing yourself, when there's death already happened and there's a new you that's emerging, it's important that you do it the right way. Don't repeat the same mistakes. Don't cling on to something that's gonna hold you down forever. Let go of it. It's very easy to let go of it. You just have to make the first step. The first step is the hardest step, of course. That's for anything. But the more you do it, the easier it will get. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, guys, so that is all, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Comment on any of the suggestions that you would want me to do the readings on, and I will see you next time. Bye.